Okay, so the last time I talked about a 120Hz flagship, the S20, actually the entire lineup of S20 from Samsung, I talked about how they were messing it up by using Exynos instead of Snapdragon and pricing their phones really high, like really high, especially when you consider the OnePlus 8 Pro, which offers Snapdragon 865, 120Hz refresh rate, just like the S20, and really clean software experience. In fact, the best software experience in Android, all at a really significantly lower price tag compared to the S20 Plus. In fact, not just the S20 Plus, even the regular cheaper S20. But when I uploaded that video, the 8 Pro had not gone on sale in India. Now it has, and people have started receiving their orders, and they've started reporting a variety of issues with the display, like hole punch banding, black crush, image retention, and even green tint. But my inspiration for making this video came from Kostub, KD Cloudy. He bought a OnePlus 8 Pro in the first sale, and after 2-3 days of using it, he started noticing hole punch banding and black crush in his specific unit. He made a video that he's returning his OnePlus 8 Pro because of all these issues, and that prompted me to talk about this. Now, he's not alone in this. In fact, a lot of people have noticed and reported these issues on the OnePlus subreddit. But these issues are like, you can only notice this in the lowest brightness in a very specific dark environment. Like, you won't notice this when you're using your phone outside on a bright sunny day, or maybe even inside for the most part. But there is a slight possibility that you can notice these issues when, say, at night, when all the lights have been switched off and you're lying in your bed, using your phone, about to go to sleep. We all do that. But there's also a catch in here. There's this option called as DC dimming in the settings. It's disabled by default, but if you enable that, meaning you're reducing the amount of power that is supplied to the display, you can further reduce the brightness of the phone, of the display. So if your OnePlus 8 Pro has a faulty display, there's a very high chance you'll notice that issue when you have enabled DC dimming. Kostub himself noticed pretty significant black crush issues when he enabled DC dimming on his phone. But here's the interesting part. Not a lot of reviewers, not a lot of tech reviewers who have received review units have noticed any such issues with their specific units. Which is, like, we talked about this on the live stream.
Bro,
Dhananjay, was your unit a review unit?
Yeah. 8 Pro का है,
नहीं है.
8 नहीं है.
Do you think that's a coincidence? No defects and it's a review unit.
Possible.
मैं जिससे वही तो बात कर, मैंने ईशान अग्रवाल से बात करी, वो जो है उसके भी डिफेक्ट नहीं है.
हाँ, एक्चुअली दिस कैन बी ये रिव्यू यूनिट्स को उन्होंने ठीक करके भेजा हो तो.
वहाँ देख, Webber also got a 8 Pro review unit, no defect.
नो डिफेक्ट.
इनका अलग है भाई, मैं बता रहा हूँ
भाई, हमें तो यूनिट आते ही नहीं है
मैं तो कह
यार.
रहा हूँ यार, ये चाइनीज कंपनीज का अलग ही चलता है.
Irshad
Oh,
from
bhai.
Mr. Phone, he was getting slight issues or something, I don't know. उसमें and like Gizmo Dict, हाँ, उसको भी black crush आ रहा था थोड़ा, तो ये थोड़ा है.
So, I mean, that can be a total coincidence that the review units ended up being fine and the retail units ended up having issues. But as a consumer, just keep this in mind while watching reviews of the OnePlus 8 Pro online from prominent resources, from established review people or established journalists or blogs who have received review units. Just keep that in mind as a consumer. Although OnePlus has actually acknowledged the issue, but again, there's a catch, and they have labeled this as a software issue rather than a hardware issue, which is, I consider that polarizing, because I mean, it can be a software issue because the 8 Pro panel is made by Samsung and the S20 Ultra also had some green tint issues that Samsung fixed via software updates. But then it can also be a hardware issue because there is not just a green tint issue on the OnePlus 8 Pro. There is hole punch banding, there is black crush, and then there is image retention on top of green tint. That can be hardware, and OnePlus has been trying. They have released a lot of software updates in an attempt to fix this issue on the display, but the users are still reporting them. Kostub being the one with the most influence. But at the end, it's a very interesting and confusing situation. I mean, so many people were excited for the 8 Pro, including me. It was the most exciting phone that came out in this entire year for me. 120 Hz refresh rate, Snapdragon 865, Oxygen OS, finally a flagship level camera at 55,000 rupees, which is significantly cheaper than the S20 Plus or even the regular S20. Now, I personally have not seen the OnePlus 8 Pro myself. I've only read or heard about it. So I really can't comment on how severe the display issues are, how noticeable the display issues are, but the display issues are there. That's a fact. So at 55,000 rupees, which is cheaper than the S20 Plus, but still a lot of money, this is not acceptable. In fact, at any price tag, these issues should not be acceptable. And I hope that OnePlus is working on a fix for this, whatever it is, hardware or software. I just hope they bring out a fix soon because so many people are excited for the 8 Pro. It's really overall a great package. No phone comes close in delivering a complete package the way OnePlus does with the 8 Pro. I just hope these issues get fixed and then it's going to be fine. But till then, I really can't recommend the phone. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found some value out of this content. I'm going to have my dinner now. But make sure to do the needful, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.